Let's talk about burning our bodies.
For
For
real?
Yeah, we're going to talk about cremation.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I was talking about?
I don't know.
I said, we're talking about cremation. Get your mind. You're so dark, Kelly, the way you think. I'm just talking about, okay.
Okay,
so
move on.
The question is scripture against cremation?
What does that mean, against? That would be my question first to the person. Don't you love it? I've been married to you so long that my first response is, define your terms.
Yeah.
Jimmy is a great debater.
Isn't it fun when we're fighting for me to bring those things out?
Yeah.
What is the definition of is?
Go listen to our episode on arguing
That's
now.
Right.
But is it against it?
Is the Bible against, does it poo-poo it?
I'm going to let you answer that one first.
I
don't think it's sinful. That would be my first thing I would say. Because there are people who have been cremated against their will, for example.
Sure.
That I would say that's not like,
my gosh. Involuntary cremation is A-okay. I think we're talking about voluntary cremation. Okay. Is voluntarily burning your dead corpse good or bad or indifferent?
What's your answer?
My answer is the Bible doesn't say, but it gives principles that would make us feel a type of way about what our bodies are like after we die. So here's one thing all Christians can stack their hands on. Your body is going to be raised from the grave one day when Jesus comes back. We're getting a new body. That's coming. And it's on the basis of that reality that Christians throughout millennia now have buried their dead instead of doing things like cremation and like things that other, say, pagan nations had done or things like that, was because they were sort of acting out in some ways, role-playing their theology that
they've fallen asleep.
Jesus is coming back and he's taking my body out of the... So John 5:28 and 29. Do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming when all who are in the tombs will hear his voice and come out, those who have done good to the resurrection of life and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment. So everybody's getting raised. Our bodies are coming back. And so then the question is, well, am I obligated to keep my body intact when I expire so that Jesus can make good on his promise? And the short answer is, no, you're not obligated to do that, because it turns out Jesus can do miracles. And folks whose bodies are burned, he can re-assimilate. Folks who've lost their heads for the sake of Christ, he can put those puppies back on. Folks who've been drowned at the bottom of the sea and decomposed. Here's the thing. If your body's in the ground for X amount of years, you're already turned into dust. Right. So when Christians have buried their dead, it's more of a statement of this is what I believe about the end times. I believe Jesus is going to bring my body up.
It's not actually enabling that resurrection in a way that cremation is not.
That's
right. What you're saying.
That's right. So if somebody was going to, like if a loved one or whatever wanted that to be done for them, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I do like the sermon that a buried body preaches. Right. So on the basis of wanting to testify to true things about what's coming for all people, I like burying.
So you'd like to be buried.
I would like to be buried with you in the same casket.
Weird.
One casket, and no matter who goes first, you just pop it open a few years later
get weird,
and
babe.
throw the other one in. All right.
Is
that too dark?
I don't know.
You know who I learned this dark thinking from? This one. Did you hear? She was so weirded out by the burning body thing.
Okay. Anyway, I do think the only people in the world who can laugh about death are Christians. I mean,
the only people who should be laughing about death.
Right. The only way that we can even have any kind of levity about that question is because Jesus has defeated death.
That's right.
And will put it finally away when he comes back. And it will be no more, right? So, but we don't want to make rules, or the Bible doesn't make rules.
Yes.
So to go back to the question, I wouldn't look at somebody and say they're in sin for choosing to be cremated.
No.
So we just want to be clear about that.
Yeah.
Okay.